The Coltrane Pentatonics started right off of the melodic scale. So first we're going to hit the melodic scale on A minor. Okay, what is the melodic scale? It's a minor scale with a major 6 and major 7. So we got this. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, major 6 and major 7. So the first step is for you to be able to see this everywhere. Let's look at the cadence system. A minor, right here, and I'm going to hit the scale. Okay. So I'm trying to cover this area of the neck. Now this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. And then next area, melodic minor. So you got to be able to always see this root. From the root, I see this is the octave. This is the 5th. So I know that's the 6th. And that's the major 7. That's how you got to be thinking. And then the 9th. And then the minor 3rd. Perfect 4th. And 5th. Okay, so okay, and then next area right here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So that's the first step. Okay, so you got the pentatonic scale, and then the last part will be right here. That's your ABC. You got to be able to do this. If you can't do this, then go to your room and learn it. Go to Google, type in melodic minor scale. Learn that and learn to see the intervals. Next thing you're going to do is this. You're going to now extract 2 notes. You're going to extract the tonic, believe it or not, and you're going to extract the 4th. So we're going to be left with 9, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and that is the Coltrane pentatonic. But we are only yet looking at what the perspective of the minor chord. After that, we're going to look at how this is going to be, what these intervals are going to mean from the perspective of the 3rd degree, which represents the major 7th, and the perspective of the 4th degree, which represents the Lydian dominant, and the perspective of the 6th degree, which represents our half diminished chord. So whenever you have any of these chords, and then the perspective of the 7th mode, which represents the altered. So that means that for any given situation, whenever you have a minor chord, a major 7th chord, a dominant, or a half diminished, you can use the Coltrane Pentatonics, which is going to be distributed in a different set of intervals, because it's the first set of intervals, it's the same notes from a different root, a different perspective. So let's look into that now. First, the minor nature. A chord of minor nature is right here, and I'm going to end up with 9, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that's how it sounds like. Root is A. Here's the pentatonic, and that's Coltrane. Boa tarde. All right, I'm finally with you guys. Okay, so now let's explore those intervals, 5 intervals, from another perspective. Physically speaking, we have the root right here. Let's look at what these intervals look like from here. 2, flat 3, 6, 7. Sorry, 5, 6, and 7. So it's going to look like this. So your homework is to find out how these intervals are laid down and write them in paper. You're going to have 5 different little shapes, 5 different regions, because the pentatonic has 5 notes. So you're going to have 5 regions, and write it down so it's faster to memorize. But if you don't write it down, you can also memorize through the course of time by always accessing these intervals in your mind and looking for them. Again, flat 9th, flat third, 5, major 6, and major 7. So you got this. How gorgeous is that? It's fucking beautiful. Okay. Hey, Alexi. Hello, my brother. Okay, so let's keep going. Now the next shape, this is all for minor, okay? We're analyzing it from the perspective of the minor. And then after that, we're going to look at it from the perspective of different chord natures, like I said. Major 7, dominant, half diminished. Let's look at the other area. On A minor, starts on the 9th and plays the flat third. Then you go 5, 6, 7. Notice also that since this is a pentatonic means a 5-note scale. You're going to end up being able to access it on the guitar with 2 notes per string. And we're going to, just in a second, after I show the scale, dive into different physical patterns that we can use to access the scale with speed and flow. All right, let's keep going. So we got this. 2, flat 3, 5, 6, 7. 2, flat 3, 5, 6, 7. And then I've seen John McLaughlin use this a lot as well. It sounds like them. Okay, now keeping going. The next area is going to be right here. A minor, here's my root on the 12th fret, 5th string. So I'm looking for, again, major 7th, 6, 5, 9, and flat 3. So I'm going to avoid the root actually, because this scale has no root on the minor. And I'm going to play these 2 intervals right here, 7 and 6. And then I'm going to keep going, 9, flat 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, flat 3, 5. If there's anything I want you to learn from now, grab a piece of paper and write 5 intervals. Write the 2nd or flat or 9. Write down flat 3rd. Write down 5, perfect 5th. Write down major 6 and major 7. Just that. That's all we're talking about up to this point. If it's going too fast, boil it down to this. 5 intervals. 2, flat 3, 5, 6, and 7. Major 7. And then you put them on the neck. And you're going to end up with 2 notes per string. That's just how it works. So here it is. And I know that this may be too fast for you right now, but you can refer back to this live later. It's going to stay up. It's public. And it's your job, though. I'm not here to teach you where to put your finger. I'm teaching you what is the set of intervals. And you find it where to put it on the guitar. That's your job. Given this is 1, and you know the 9 is right here. Because it's a step up. And then the flat 3rd is right here. It's half a step up from the 9th or from the 2nd. 1, 2, 3, flat 3, 2, 1. And then the major 7 is right below. 7 and the 6. Sing it before you play it. Try it. 7, 6, 5, 3. And you can do it different ways, like with a thumb. Or with the Coltrane fourths, like Coltrane Pentatonic fourths. This is the shit. Listen to this. Or yeah. What I'm doing here is I'm playing in groups of 3 adjacent notes. I have these 3 and these 3. You could separate the scale as in notes A and B, A, B, because there's 2 notes per string. So you got A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. And then you play 3 notes from A, and then you get this. 3 notes from B, 3 from A, from B, A, B, A, B. Okay, so that's a nice way to phrase. Continuing the scale, this is the Coltrane Pentatonic for the minor chord. Last region, and then I'm going to cover for major, dominant, and half diminished. Last region of the case system, A minor, right here, and here goes the scale. It starts on 9, 3. So it's really cool sound over the minor. Sorry for the little mistakes there, but okay. So this is the minor chord pentatonic. Now let's look at it from the perspective of the major. What if you want to use this on the major? Like you got a major song that you were playing that starts with a long C major chord, okay? That lasts for 8 measures or whatever. How can you make that more interesting? Instead of just playing your regular pentatonic, which is dull and tasteless, or rather, instead of playing your regular Ionian, instead of playing those known old sounds, choose the pentatonic from Coltrane pentatonic. So what does it do over the C? Those same tones that represented in the minor, A minor, you're now going to reanalyze them from the perspective of C. So what used to be the minor third is now the tonic. What used to be the fifth is now the major third. And then what used to be 6 and 7 are now sharp 11, sharp 5. So you got this 1, 3, sharp 11, sharp 5, or sharp 4, sharp 5, and major 7. So that's what your major chord is going to become now. It's going to become this type of sound right here. Something like that, or like this. Or even like this, if you like. There's no fifth. Yeah, there's no fifth, only sharp. Or how about this? It's like it just puts it in a whole other universe. You know what I mean? It really paints it interesting colors. So let's do an exercise here. Let's deal with an E. Okay, so we got an E major chord. How can we use the Coltrane pentatonic if this is the song we're playing? Starts with a nice E major. So let's put that Coltrane pentatonic over the E major. What again are the tones that we have? 1, 3, sharp 4, 5, sharp 7. So you got this. Really nice. Really nice sound, huh? This beautiful and dissonant. Yeah. What are the intervals again? 1, 3. Oh, okay. My check. The intervals for the minor is what you wrote for the minor. 1, 2, flat 3, 5, and major 7. No. 1, 2, flat 3, 5, 6, and 7. So there's no 1. It's 2, flat 3, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, my check. For the minor, it is this. Flat 2, flat 3, 5, major 6, and major 7. And then if you take those same intervals and you analyze it from the perspective of the relative major, which is your C, if you're doing it in A minor, keep the same notes, but look at them from the perspective of C major. And you're going to end up with 1, major third, sharp 4, sharp 5, and major 7. So the chord becomes this guy here. Yes, and then major is 1, 3, sharp 4, sharp 5, A major 7. That's the major. Now let's look at it from the perspective of the dominant. Let's use the altered scale. The altered dominant is one of the richest ways that you can treat a dominant chord, because you're doing all extensions pretty much altered. You're altering the 13 is flat, the 4th is sharp, you got the 9 flat and sharp 9. So you got everything, it's like a bomb. You got everything, boom. So let's now break it into the most important notes that really bring out the sonority, the melodic sonority of the melodic scale. And then if you look at these notes here, which used to be on the minor, it used to be major 7, 2, flat 3, 5, 6, and 7. Now look at them from the perspective of the altered chord. And you've got to remember that the altered chord lies just half a step below the melodic scale on the harmonized scale. The altered is the last mode, so it's like the 7th. So I'm looking at it from here. I'm going to have this tonic, sharp 9, major 3rd, and then sharp 5, 7th. That's it. 1, flat 3 or sharp 9, 3rd, sharp 5, and 7. So listen to what it sounds like. Beautiful. Part of this pentatonic scale is that if you use this mirroring technique to apply it to different degrees, different chord natures, every chord nature is a surprise, is a different sonority, all of them beautiful, but everyone is a different taste, different colors. So to the altered, you got this. For the left hand to try to play these intervals while holding the root, right? So while you're holding the root, you are trying to play the intervals, and the reason for that is not only the physical exercise, but so you can hear the true taste of the interval. Tonic, obviously, there's no taste here. It's just nothing. But then here, the 7th, that has a taste. Sharp 5, definitely its own thing. Major 3rd, sharp 9. Tonic again. 7, sharp 5, 3rd, sharp 9. So we got that. Excited. And then, yeah, listen to the sound. So I'm trying to get 3 adjacent notes at a time by looking at the guitar. Did Joe Pass use that? I don't think so, not too much. Joe Pass is more of an inside kind of guy. He maybe used the altered scale, but the altered pentatonic, this pentatonic scale, I have never seen him use this. Who I have seen use this was John McLaughlin and John Coltrane. Those two guys, this is the name of the lesson here, is the John Coltrane Pentatonics. Gabriel, isso. Sharp 9, put the sharp before the number and use the 9th. It's usually just more. When it's the altered scale, they refer to it as the 9th being, I don't know why, being the number of reference. But yes, 1, sharp 9, major 3rd, sharp 5 and 7. Absolutely correct. Thank you. McLaughlin, yes. Alexi, today watched a lesson and thought it would be good to put dots on your fretboard. Ah, yeah, maybe so. You're right. I do have the dots here, but only for me, not for you guys. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll consider doing that. Yes, luthier. That's the combination. That's the altered pentatonic. So you should practice doing that in all regions possible. So in order to do that, you have to try to think about a situation where you have a 2-5-1 cadence to minor. In the Secrets of Brazilian course, we did this tune recently that was that had a 2-5-1 to A minor. I think it was in the song Black Orpheus. So let's put that pentatonic in there, okay, on the altered E. When you got this, como é que é? Como é que era a música? Here we go. Okay. So E altered we want to use. So let's start from right here. The pentatonic is going to go sharp 9, tonic, 7, sharp 5, 3rd, sharp 9. So we got this. And then tonic, 7, sharp 5. And here on this string is going to be hard because we're not going to be able to reach the 3rd. So we're going to have to play 3 notes in the last string. Let's move to the next one. The next one starts on the sharp 9 and the 3rd. So we got this. Sharp 9, sharp 9, 3rd, 5, flat 7, tonic, sharp 9, 3rd, sharp 5. I said 5 before I meant to say sharp 5, okay? 3rd, sharp 5, 7 and tonic. So you got in the last note, the same thing, sharp 9 and 3rd. So again, let's hear how that sounds. Altered, okay? Here's the altered sound. Here's the pentatonic. Sorry. Trying to get the exercise. I'm playing 2 notes at a time with the picado. And do whatever you want. Here's one cool thing that I like to do when I'm practicing pentatonic is a pattern of hybrid technique that I've come up with. Hybrid technique is when you use the sweeping on all 3 fingers and you combine that with the thumb going either up or down like a pick. Like this. This is a thumb of hybrid technique would be this. You can do pretty fast things. It's hard on the left hand actually. Okay, so what is the hybrid technique phrase that I want to show you? Is how was it going to be again? Oh yeah, it's this the good old pattern, da 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 like this. Just go down 4 notes and start again. Right, da 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 da. You're getting every 4 notes and going down groups of 4. There's no skipping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next. Then the next. Then the next. And the hybrid technique comes in here. I'm going to use my thumb. Thumb, thumb. Here, since I finished the stroke on a down, on an up, go down, up. And then the other one is easy to be down again. So down, up, down, up. Fits perfectly with the thumb like a pick. And now is the question. Now I have to play only 1 note on the string below. If I play with the thumb, then I'm gonna have to do two strokes the same direction, like that. See? This is a situation you don't want to run across too often. Playing 2 down strokes on strings that are moving up, like that. So what you're gonna do to address this is use the finger 1. So it's gonna look like this. pattern starts again. Again. See how I'm doing hybrid here? That's the only time you use finger 1, so that this one doesn't have to move. Here I use thumb again because the last stroke here was up, so it favors the thumb attacking the next string, and then the sweeping movement is fine because it's just two strokes down. So you're taking advantage of the direction and simply leaning the thumb and letting the gravity do the work. So this is a great pattern for pentatonic scales, not just the Coltrane pentatonic, but any pentatonic scale using the hybrid technique, exercising the hybrid technique. Instead of doing legato like this, or the legato is one way, but it sounds more, it's not as cutting, not as projecting. The technique, the hybrid, it's more effective. You can get faster and you can project more sound. And you of course also have the piccato, either doing alternating, or you can do the hybrid technique piccato, which is 3 fingers with sweep. Sorry. So this is a very interesting technique here. You're always doing AMI, but you're always leaning on the guitar, favoring the movement that is adjacent to the upper strings. You always repeat the stroke. That's called sweeping. It's the art of doing this. Using the same attack, same movement for getting more than 1 note, say even 3 notes. See? So you get 1 movement for many notes. So there's different ways you can approach that, and I suggest you guys practice all these ways, okay? Let me see here, any questions? Okay, no questions. Are you guys here with me? Let's keep going. Let's use this pattern now of E altered for the next region. Let's use the tonic right here. How is the pattern going to look like? I got it. There was a John McLaughlin major scale sequence where you skipped a string? Major scale sequence where you skipped, I don't know what you're talking about. String, okay. I don't remember what you're talking about, but the major scale, the pentatonic, and also John McLaughlin pentatonic, the Coltrane pentatonic scale, as well as McLaughlin. For the major chord, is I just explained above, and remember this live is going to stay on for indefinite time, so you can go back to it. But the major scale pentatonic, off of the Coltrane pentatonic, is tonic, major 3rd, sharp 4, sharp 5, and major 7. Those 5 intervals. So in the case, I'm showing here E altered, okay? The pentatonic applied to the altered, to the dominant nature. Now the nature of major 7, it becomes this. I always played this way when I played this because I remember Coltrane and McLaughlin and the sheets of sound concept where they would play 1 note right tied to the next. Very connected. The concept of sheets of sound was created by Coltrane and imitated by John McLaughlin. So I tend to want to play these things fast for some reason. So I got that. I was doing the dominant, so I don't wanna mix things here. But is that question answered? The major for McLaughlin. So now I want to look at the Coltrane pentatonic for the half diminished chord. That's the most tricky. That's the trickiest one of all. How do we use the Coltrane pentatonic for the half diminished? Well, first I'm going to ask you guys a question. Where in the melodic minor harmonized scale does the half diminished chord appear? Which degree represents the half diminished chord in the melodic minor? Can anybody answer to me here in text? I want to let you guys think about this. In the melodic minor scale has an example of every nature of chord. The minor, more than one minor, more than one dominant. You got the major 7, you got the altered. So where is the half diminished? In which degree? Second. No, it's not the second. The second degree, you have the Dorian flat 9 mode. So it's a regular minor. It has a perfect fifth inside that scale. The 6th, yes. Adele, you got it. No, Pablo, the 7th is the altered scale. The 6th degree is your half diminished chord. So here if we have an A melodic scale, okay, A melodic nature. Here is the half diminished, okay? So let's look at what notes we have in the Coltrane pentatonic from the perspective of this root. You're gonna have 1, 9, 4, flat 5, and 7. So write that down, guys. If anybody doesn't mind writing it here for everyone, I can just write it myself. 1, 9. Let me put this here. For half diminished, guys, it's 1, 9, 4, flat 5, and flat 7. And notice how it addresses the most important tones of the chord. The most important tones, the nucleus of the definition in the DNA of the half diminished chord is the flat 5 and flat 7. Those are the most important tones in there. And this scale addresses them all. I'm going to write those tones, and I half diminished. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys that I'm not totally sharp on this. I'm going to show it to you right now. But the reason why this is not so often addressed in the half diminished scale is because the half diminished chord functions as a subdominant chord to a 2-5-1 cadence, aiming to a minor, okay? So every time you go into a minor, you're going to use that half diminished as the second in the 2-5-1 cadence, as the 2. So what this means is that most times in music, just general music, the half diminished chord, it only appears for a short period of time. It appears as a progression. Okay, so the half diminished chord appears for a short time as a part of a cadence. So you're rarely ever gonna have an opportunity to really open a statement, a free statement on this chord. It just goes by so fast usually that the best thing is to just go for the arpeggio to make it really clear. Those notes, okay? That's how you treat a half diminished chord. But since we are at it, since we're talking about the pentatonics, let's apply them to every chord as I promised. So here we go. Let's do a B half diminished, okay? Coltrane pentatonic would be this. And that's where the half diminished lives. Right here. Flat 5, flat 7. And you hit just 1 and 2. The interesting thing is that this guy does not have a minor third. We could maybe make another pentatonic avoiding one of these notes, maybe avoiding the 4th, but they're also nice because the 4 has a cluster relationship to the flat 5, which is so nice to have in there. And the second, well, we could maybe change the second, change the root by the second, but then we would have 4 consecutive notes, which is kind of weird to deal with. But yeah, the reason why it doesn't have the minor third is because the major second is a more outlining, more spicy chord note for the half diminished. Listen to what it sounds like with the 9th. It's just so nice. It's just so nice. note for the half diminished chord. Very nice color. That's why it's in there. So nice. All right, guys. So these are the Coltrane Pentatonics. Now I'd like to use for the half diminished here over B. I'm going to use that pattern that I showed you, the hybrid pattern. So here's first the sequence. Let's locate the notes we need here. 9, 1, 7, flat 5. And that's pretty much it, right? There's the fourth. Now with the hybrid, or so what I'm doing here is playing the Coltrane Pentatonic for the half diminished. I need 1, 2, 4, flat 5, and minor 7. I just wrote it on the chat, so you guys can write that down and pick out these notes. And you will see a beautiful treatment of the half diminished chord, very spicy, very exotic, very unusual. Sorry about that. It just asks for, it seems like the guitar wants to sing out with a vibrato. You know, I just feel that energy. It's just so gorgeous. Now I filled it in with the scale tone, flat 6, which belongs to the Locrian, but better not to do it. Just stick to the sound. Listen how beautiful. So gorgeous. Anyways, Henry Boo now. Why some name the scale like 194 or not 124? Sorry, beginner music theory. It's because many times you use a ninth, it appears in the next octave. The ninth is an extension. So very often these extensions are used in the second octave, like as a high note, but not always. So maybe I'm assuming that for that reason, they began always referring to the extensions as 9th, 11th, and 13th instead of 2, 4, and 6. But you should be able to consider both of them, because to me it doesn't matter the octave. What matters is the nature of the note. If it's an F sharp or whatever, it doesn't matter how high it is. To me, it doesn't matter. So I read them as the same. Every time I deal with 6 or 13, I read them the same, or 9 or 2nd. But more often, in a jazz writing, in a popular setting, you're going to see charts, and they're going to deal with extensions always in the octave above. So just be ready to see a 9 referred to as to see a 2nd referred to as a 9th. This is becoming quite dark here. So I was just saying, be ready to refer to a 2nd as a 9th, or be ready to refer to a 4th as an 11th, and the 6th as a 13th. Okay? Sure, Henry. Thank you for participating. Guys, we are coming to 15 minutes before we finish here. How would you like me to finish this live? Would you like me to address a new exercise, a musical situation, or a practice routine or any questions, anything that was not understood. How is this coming to you guys? I will take the time as well to invite you guys to follow the channel. I've been posting a lot of stuff in there, and I'm posting a new column today on music philosophy. It's a very urgent subject that goes not addressed in most musical lessons, and it's so crucial for performance. Some things about mindset that are absolutely important for your performance and for your rate of progress. So I'm developing the music philosophy column in the Felipe Coelho channel, and I'm going to be posting some lessons every week. So I ask for your support and follow the channel, subscribe in there, and check out the content. I have one part of the content only focused on orchestral music, original pieces that have the guitar as the front instrument. I have a section on my guitar trio with bass and drums. It was my 6th record, Felipe Coelho Trio. So all the videos are there. I have a section on just Brazilian guitar solo, on choro, interpretation of choro themes. And anyways, come on to the channel and check it out. Let me see, guys. Practice routine. All right. When I do a practice routine of this, is exactly what I was doing now. I try to, usually I like to use more for the minor chord or for the altered chord, the Coltrane pentatonic. So I'll just be in some tune and I'll try to find a place where I can throw this pentatonic in. So, for example, let's use a 2-5-1 here. This is going to be the example we're going to use the most. The 2 chord. Let's use just the regular minor. Okay, now here the dominant, you can use the altered one. So you're going to have this on the dominant. Again, we have, it's written on the chat, we have 1, major 3rd, sharp 4, sharp 5, major 7. So we got that. You try to play all the notes holding the root so you can look at the sound of the interval. And then what I was going to be doing now was doing that practice routine of the hybrid technique, doing the phrase. Nothing new to this pattern, right? I just showed you guys a few moments ago. You're basically doing 4 notes at a time. There's no skipping, no nothing. Just get 1 note, move 4 down, and then next note, move 4 down. Next note, move 4 down. So we got this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you respect the note choice of the Coltrane pentatonic for the major chord. And then now let's use the hybrid technique thing. Double thumb and the little chicken picking with this finger here. So it looks like this. Exercise to be able to see the pentatonic once you've found the notes, group them in 3 adjacent notes. 3 notes. When I say adjacent, it's because a pattern that is 2 notes per string, it can be seen as note A, B, A, B, A, B. So you got the A's and the B's. So you got like this: A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, oh, A, B, A, B. So now I'm playing A's, A. that's a practice routine. It's just trying to find those intervals. To me, it was what I do when I'm checking out a movie on Netflix. I'll grab the guitar. I'll be like, how can I make this Coltrane pentatonic fit this chord in this region? And just that thinking, you know, it's exactly what you need. Is the brain juice of progression, of development. You know, it's to be able, it's to make yourself think, make yourself find out new fingerings. So I'm just finding this one out right now. Not that I haven't played it before, but sometimes you need to refresh things, you know. And now it's been refreshed. And here's the hybrid technique thing. A little faster. Yeah. Yeah, good exercise. All up and down, because there's 2 notes per string, so we got right? And then back down. Yeah, and you can skip like this. Okay. So these are things that I use to practice. I try to employ the hybrid technique. Again, for those of you guys who don't know about this, I do have 3 volumes of hybrid technique available through iMusic Academy. I've done 3 one-hour-long lessons explaining step by step what the hybrid technique means, where it takes its things from, and it's very inexpensive. I think each volume is like $15 or something like that. So check it out on iMusic Academy if you guys would like to know more detail about the hybrid technique. And this is the idea. The idea is using your thumb like a pick from the pick slanting approach of Django Reinhardt and the Gypsy Jazz School, always leaning. Also, a flamenco approach is also like this. You're always leaning, using the gravity in your favor. So always leaning the thumb. If I play one note, I'm leaning on the next one. If I play the next one, I'm leaning on the next one. And then you can use it alternating, like that. Alternating thumb, and then you combine that with the opposite action of these 3 fingers, which can act as also sweep picking, but they can get very cool speeds by just using these 3 fingers in patterns such as this. Or my nails are very short right now, and I didn't really warm that up. I needed to spend a couple minutes just warming this up. But you can get the idea. And then you sweep, right? You sweep like a player of a jazz lick, whatever, sweeping with these fingers coming down like again. Guys, we're coming to the end. Let me know if you guys liked anything or anything was not well explained. Let me know any feedback here from you guys. What's been new? What did you already know? What can I focus more? We'll be every Friday. There's going to be a live here on the channel about any subject. You guys can write me on the YouTube community about what you would like me to cover on the next subject. All these things are up for game, okay? I could do a thing on my own compositions. I have a shitload of compositions. You can check out my record on Spotify. I have 7 different records. Actually, 6 different records. One of them did not become a record. It was a live concert with orchestra that I didn't publish, but some of the videos are on YouTube. So, yeah, guys, I think we're coming to an end. Let me know what you guys feel you'd like me to cover in these last 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes more. Okay. Thank you.